Hello, everyone. I'm Vickie Shields. I'm an Allbreed judge with the International Cat Association, and I'm going to talk about handling cats because I've always been most interested in behavior of animals. I'm a trainer for dogs, dolphins, clicker train for our people. And when I judge cats, I'm looking for a companion, something that glows from inside out, more than their ears or something like this. This is an American short hair, good old American breed. And you see the circle, it's very popular on this breed. She has a wonderful coat, disposition. It's kind of based on the good old American barn cat, you know? And some of the things about when you handle cats is when you pick her up, you may not have noticed, and you pick up any cat, since cats are independent thinkers. They're not independent in the sense of socially, they're independent in the sense of thinkers, and they want to decide to be here. They don't have a boss saying, like a dog, you will be happy here. So I've already talked to her and I've introduced myself, though I will show you how to do that. When you pick up a cat, pick it up like this. Can you see where my fingers are in the front? This lets the front legs be free. This is super important to the cat. The back you should pick up by the groin. They don't care too much what you do with the back end. I mean, you can put it up here if you want to. The front end is where their action is. This is where their sensory things are and where their defenses things are. So that's the important thing when you're carrying a cat through a show hall or any place, not to squeeze them like this up in your arms. Then they feel defenseless if something scares them like a loud noise. At the cat shows, the three things that bother the cats the most, it's actually been studied by a PhD person in Italy, are noise, unfamiliar odors, and being touched by strangers. Me, the judge. So for the unfamiliar odors, people bring their little beds that smell like home. For the sound, not much you can do about that, unless you have a little cardboard box for them in there to crawl in. And for being touched, the way I do it is I get permission of the cat. And no matter whether you go to your friend's house or you're at a cat show being a judge or anything, always get permission from the cat. Because cats want to make decisions and they need choices. So the way to do it, so we're going to pretend she's in a cage and hasn't ever met me before. Okay, like 5 minutes ago. Okay, so the first thing I would do would be approach her kind of like this. Somebody came in the front door. Come on, and have her look at my hands. Oh, well, that's a little bit too friendly. Okay, but all I want her to do would just be turn her head one way or another. This is dropping her guard, meaning that it's okay for me to pet her. And then the first place I pet them is in the back of the neck area here. And the reason for that is very important. Cats are self-groomers. They groom themselves all the way down here, but they need help grooming themselves up here. So in a cat community, they have preferred associates, which are their grooming buddies. So they're used to being touched by somebody else here. So if I was a stranger judge, I would start with her here because she's used to being touched by strangers up there. Then I would proceed to the body. And that's true with all cats. Take it easy on their body until they're comfortable with you touching them. Because remember, one of the three biggies is being touched by strangers that they don't like. I think I've passed the stranger stage with her. You know how in dogs, they allow an underbite, which is, when the jaw's way out forward, like bulldogs, boxers, I can't remember what else. Well, okay, they can do what they want with dogs, but dogs are not self-groomers. If cats tried to groom themselves when they had teeth like that, instead of flat like this, they wouldn't be able to get the fleas and all the twigs and all that kind of stuff. So in cats, in the cat show world, we always check to make sure the cat has perfect occlusion. And that's part of the reason. When you bring the cat from the cage, first you get permission. That's choice number one. Then you bring it out and I let it walk onto the table by itself. That's choice number two. Then I take my hands off because they want a feeling of autonomy. And the choice to stay on the table is choice number three. Then I judge them. They're conformation shows, so I do it pretty quickly because I have a dog background and I can see it. Even a cat standing still looks like it's in motion to me because I'm so familiar with the anatomy of the four-legged animals. Next choice is going back into the cage, the judging cage. This is a temporary cage. And when I put her back, I let her walk into because she made the choice to go in. This will keep the cat very happy if it has choices. It'll leave my ring it'll leave my ring much happier than when it got here, rather than being handled like a dog, which is you just grab it and judge it and put it back or something like that. They don't want to be told what to do. They want to be asked and agree what to do. So it's not that they have servants or anything else like that. They just want to come to an agreement. Cats are thinkers, they're problem solvers, and they're much more interesting socially than most people give them credit for, because they're not used to having a cat, which is a solo hunter, the only solo hunter ever domesticated. Solo hunters are all felidae, all cats, wild cats, lions, Asian leopard cats, margays, you name it. All of them are solo hunters, and all of them, when you're socializing them, have to be started when they're kittens, 0 to 8 weeks old. This is important. They need to be fast out of the box, because dogs don't need to start until later, and they go until later because they have the pack to help them learn how to hunt, and chase down the prey. They usually just chase the prey until it tires out with enough of them chasing it. With cats, it's chase, pounce. Oh, she's just looking around. This is not escaping. Cats have an incredible sensory spatial memory. They make a mind map of wherever they are. Up here, they would check where the clerk usually is. And your home is their castle. They have a mind castle for everything. They know where you are in your home all the time and where every animal is, either by sound, smell, vibrations, or anything in the house, or seeing you if you happen to walk by. But they keep track of all their colony members, which is all the household members. And they form very close associations with people and with cats. People can be one of their preferred associates. So could the dog. So could more cats. Yeah, who they choose as friends, they're selectively social. That's what the behaviorists call it. It's not just anybody that comes in and say, be friends. They pick who they want to have touch their body, who they want to have groom with them, and who they want to love. And that's a cat.